Hey guys, I hope that you're all doing really well. Um, I'm just feeling lots of energies, lots of transformation happening, especially in the heart center. Speaking of the heart center, I want to thank Chanel, Nikki, Alexander, Mike G, Alex, Luke, and Kite for joining the Patreon community yesterday. It means a lot to me, and yeah, it's been lovely to connect with you guys over there and meeting some of you for the first time in the comment section. It's been really special, so thanks so much for joining. Hope you enjoy all of the content and community over there. But yeah, for today's video, I just want to talk about how I've been feeling just so much happening in the heart, like a racing fear at times, feeling a bit ungrounded, and then at other times feeling this deep despair and sadness flow through, and like this sense of hopelessness, like these heavier energies coming up to be released. And sometimes when we're in it, it can feel like we're like in a pressure cooker, like these energies are being squeezed out of us. And it can be downright exhausting for our humanity. You might find yourself, really tired, and then the mind might be saying, why are we tired? We haven't done anything. Well, actually, you've been doing a lot, like a lot. If you're watching this video, the amount of alchemy that you're doing right now is astonishing. So give yourself a pat on the back, like, good job, you're doing it. And you're not alone in it. And that's one thing. I know when you're going through a lot, when you're going through maybe really big energies, or you're just going through a lot of transformation, and one minute you're feeling like this wave of deep sadness and depression and despair roll through, and then the next moment, seemingly out of nowhere, like this huge wave of terror is flowing through. I know it can make you feel a bit nutty, right? And you might question, like, am I the only one? Am I crazy, or am I the only one who's going through this? And I just want you guys to know that if you're watching this, you're not alone, and that there's all kinds of just crazy waves. Getting some subtle chills saying this. There's just lots of different waves of energy flowing through right now. And it's quite a ride. Like I said earlier today, well, especially last night, but a little bit earlier today, I found myself a bit ungrounded because there was just so much moving through. When there's a lot of energies moving through in the collective, like there is right now, the mind can kind of, we tend to go up into the mind and get a bit racy about it, right? I found my mind was getting really racy, and that's what tends to happen when there's lots of energies at play, when there's so much transformation. It's like we need energy to transform. And that's what's happening. We're all going through a metamorphosis. And when I say all, I mean all of us, Earth included. And so it's important to know that when your mind is racing and you're feeling ungrounded and all these different energies are flowing through, it's important to know you're going through something profound. And you're experiencing it on the deepest of levels, deeper than probably anyone around you. It's like you're in touch, you're in tune with the collective energies in a major way. So of course you're going to be impacted. So this video is really just to remind you of this, and to kind of remind you to hold yourself with some compassion and gentleness while you're going through these kind of turbulent energies at times. To do the best you can to flow with whatever wave is here. Like yesterday, I had this wave of deep sadness and despair and like hopelessness flow through in my heart space. And I noticed at first there was some resistance, and it just felt really heavy, and there was this part of me that was like, I don't know why is this here? What's the meaning of this? But once I just gave myself to it, and just let myself feel all the way heavy. There was a peace there. And that's what you'll notice. If you're able to just ride whatever wave is incoming, whatever wave is here, and not make yourself responsible for it, or like you did something wrong, that's why you're feeling heavy energies. No, actually, it's a beautiful thing. The heavy energies are releasing from you, are releasing from the collective. But what I've noticed, like I was saying, is as long as you're able to just kind of ride the wave and just give yourself to whatever energy is moving through, you're gonna find a peace within this process. And you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna kind of be on the surfboard riding the wave of the whatever collective energies are flowing through in this ascension process in February. I read some astrology horoscope briefly yesterday. I never do that, but I don't know, I just wanted to read one. And basically it said the energies are a bit ornery. It didn't say that, but that was my like summation of it, my summary of it. Like, right now, the energies are a bit ornery, and they're bringing a lot to the surface to be felt and to be witnessed. And so, yeah, if you can just understand, like, it's not personal, and that you're gonna be better off if you can just flow with it, that's where you're gonna find the peace. Otherwise, it's like we're that surfer out there and we're resisting and we're just going to keep crashing. I was doing some crashing yesterday and a little bit this morning. And finally, eventually we tend to just crash enough times. It's like a good surfer. They crash a bunch and then they get good at riding the waves, right? That's how it is for us energetic alchemists. It's like, energies come in, we resist, and we crash, we go to the mind. And then eventually the energies break us down enough. The divine breaks us down enough to where we just stop resisting. And then we just start riding the waves of energy. And then we realize, oh, this is kind of nice, actually. And I actually wrote that down as like we start to, as we ride the waves and we surrender to what's here, we start to acquire a taste for the sadness, for the fear, for the heavier energies. Because the separation between us and them dissolves. And we realize, oh, this too is God. Oh my God, this despair and this hopelessness. This is just another landscape of the divine. And when I merge with it completely, wow, is there such deep peace here? Is there such deep rest here? That's the beautiful thing, is like underneath all our desires, we just want rest and peace. And when you surrender totally to what is, when you surrender totally to the incoming waves of energy in the collective, you're able to rest within it. You're able to like rest within the storm of the transformation process happening here on earth. You're able to connect to peace, even within turbulent, crazy energies. And that's the biggest thing I want to communicate, guys, is I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy, but knowing that, can we hold ourselves in compassion? Can we be kind to ourselves? And can we meet ourselves where we are? Like, even if we're not able to, like, say we're not able to surrender to the energies, and there's parts of us that are still just unconsciously gripping and resisting, can we accept ourselves for that? Being in that place. That's what true love is. True love isn't some shiny inner state. I mean, it can be, but even deeper than that. True love is the willingness to meet ourselves where we're at and to hold ourselves in compassion and tenderness and gentleness. No matter where we are in this process, even when we're fighting it, even when there's something in us that just can't help but fight it. It's like we hold that part in compassion as it fights its great fight. Sometimes parts of us just need to resist until they wear themselves out. They just need to fight until they exhaust themselves out of fighting. And all that's asked of us is just to bring this conscious love and compassion to these places. And to not judge ourselves for having something within us that's fighting. Like, that's our fault. You know, a lot of these parts that fight, they're unconscious. And they relax and surrender on their own time. And so to accept that if you find a big fight going on within yourself, it's not your fault. And you get to bring love for yourself there as well. So, yeah, I think that pretty much sums up what I wanted to say. Just hope this video helps you not feel so alone. We're all in this together. getting chills when I say that. We're doing this as a community, you know, as a whole. And I'm just so honored to walk this path with you guys. Almost gonna cry or something. But yeah, oh, also I have a video that all about intrusive thoughts coming out later today. Something that I feel I can speak to really deeply, and that's coming out on the Patreon platform. It's a question I asked for one of the members of the Patreon platform. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of joining, is you get to submit your questions to me and I will turn them into a video for you. So anyways, I hope for those of you that go over there that you enjoy that video. But other than that, just thanks so much for being here. Sending you all so much love, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.